This is Seth David from the world famous Nerd Enterprises Incorporated, bringing to you another special screencast. This time we're talking about Facebook Timeline, how it works. Knowledge is power. Make an impact by learning more. Call me right now at 866-945-8070 for information about private trainings. We record the live session with you so you can review it as often as you like afterwards. Facebook Timeline. What is it? How do I do it? How do I switch to it? Well, this video isn't about how to switch to it because I've already switched. So I can't really show you how to switch to it because when I did it was before it was open to everybody, so I did it differently than you're going to do it now. But I think there may just be an option when you log in to switch to Timeline. If not, Google it, and there's a million posts I know already that show you how to switch if you haven't already. So what is it? Well, if you think it through and kind of break it up into its individual components, it's a timeline. Now, a lot of us might think of a timeline going across kind of sideways. This timeline, by contrast, goes up and down. And what I mean by that is, look at my screen. Look at the screen that you're looking at. This is my Facebook timeline, and it starts off to the right here. You could see the timeline. You can start from the day you were born, and of course Facebook knows that because you told them when you filled out your profile what your date of birth was. So I can click down here to when I was born, and it's going to jump all the way down. And what I did was I actually added in a picture of I added in a picture that I felt was appropriate for when I was born. I was actually a year old in this picture, but it's the youngest picture of myself that I'm aware of that I have. So I put it on here. And speaking of that, you can pretty much click anywhere along the timeline, and you can add an event. So you can go here to Timeline and choose different things. You can go right to Now, and somewhere in here, and I could have sworn it was easier than this. Well, here we go, Life Event. That's one way to do it, right? And then they give you some generic categories to post it in. Work and education, family relationships, home and living, health, blah, blah, blah. So let's pick home and living. And they have some standard things, but you can just choose other life event if you don't want to be bothered. And then you just fill in the information. And of course, you pick the year and the month. And if you want, you can even add a day. And you can write a story about it. Very easy to do. So you can add a life event, and it'll put it in the appropriate place on the timeline, of course, based on what you put there. It's the timeline. Of course, you can scroll up, and I can say show 1989 to 2011, right? Because it kind of just jumped down and skipped everything in between. And let's see where it takes me here now. It took me to December 2011, but if I scroll down, looks like it took me back up to the top, but if I scroll all the way down, I can get there. Right? And obviously there's a lot of information, a lot of time in between. So you can kind of see Facebook is filling in as we go. So you have to be a little patient. You know, sometimes these things just require a little tiny bit of patience. But I can click on 1989 down here and have Facebook just go right to showing me 1989. See what happened in 1989. And the reason I have that date there is I actually put in, this is funny actually, I forgot I did this. But I put this in as a joke. My friend Nicole, I dated her back in high school, our senior year, and I put it in here. I also graduated from high school in that year, which I was thinking I could put that in if I wanted to. But here it is. Now I'm seeing it. If you put your mouse over the timeline here, you'll see a little plus sign. That means you can add something in. So once I click on that, again, it gives me the choices. Statuses, photo, place, life event. Right, so I can easily add something in. Now, then let's go to 2007, because I think something important in my life happened in 2007. I married my wife, and so I took a picture, one of our wedding pictures, obviously, and I stuck it here on the timeline. And then what I did was I clicked this button here, this star, which makes it expand across the whole width of the timeline. That's how you feature something. Very, very easy. You just click the star. If I clicked it again, it would minimize it, but I'm not going to do that on my wedding. But now let's go to now, because you'll see I just passed my birthday. Yesterday was my birthday. So maybe what I'd want to do is take this picture of my lovely wife that I took while we were having dinner at the Chart House, and I can feature that. So that's what I did. I just clicked on the star and I featured it. If I want to remove a post, if I want to get rid of something, then I can choose. You click on the little pencil icon there, and it even tells you, it pops up and says edit or remove. So just click that and it'll let you remove it. Now look what happened here. I've got an activity log notification. That means that somebody has attempted to post on my timeline, but if I haven't approved it before or approved a post from them before, then I have to approve it. And what's interesting is this one has already been approved and put on my timeline. I'm not sure why it's showing up like this, but nevertheless, this is what you do. You click through and then you check whatever you want to approve. If you don't want to approve something, you just don't. So they've given you a little extra control over the security and what's allowed. Over here, you've got this settings wheel here, and you can choose to view your timeline as though you were someone else, so you can see what it looks like to others. You can click here to update your info. Up here in the drop down, here's where you have your privacy settings, so that's where you want to go, and they've updated the privacy settings, so I encourage you to look through that and see. And periodically you want to check this anyway, because Facebook, every time they change the settings that you have sort of available to you, they also reset everything. So it's not a bad idea to check this periodically and just make sure that the settings are still set to your liking. And then of course account settings, and of course if you have a business page, then you have this option here to use Facebook as though you were your page rather than yourself, so that you can post. So I could post as Nerd Enterprises Inc. instead of as Seth David. And what else can I show you? Of course, some of the basic things are right up here at the top. If I want to see all my friends, if I want to look at my photos, I can look at a map. I'm not sure. This is probably based on places I've checked in. It looks that way. I don't really use Facebook much to check in. I usually do that on Foursquare. But you can show places where you've been, and I can go, you know, I guess tag things here. And it's giving me a little tutorial, because I never really looked at this before, because I just don't really care about it. But some people might. They might think this is fun. Click on your name here to go back. Now, I have extra boxes with other stuff here. Like, here's all my likes, but look, there's 5. So if I click that, it drops it down. There's my notes. I can see who's subscribed to me. All of 14 people have subscribed to me. I can see my subscriptions. These are people I've subscribed to. Music, this is basically from Spotify, and I have 4 blank boxes. These are, I can add things in, add content in. So you just click the plus sign, and I can choose right now. The only thing that's available to add is Spotify. So I guess I can add Spotify to that. It looks like I've got that here already. So I probably didn't really need to add it here. And now it's giving me more choices. Remove it. And then I can click this arrow again to shrink it back up. What's also kind of cool is when you scroll down past that top section, it gives you this pop-up, so I can still just click up here without having to scroll all the way back up to post. And again, this is a timeline, so as you're going down, you're going back in history. You're seeing what happened before now. The further down you go, the further back in time you're going. So, and it's kind of nostalgic. You can really go back in the past. See, here's all my birthday posts. So this will be here permanently. You know, and it really is. If you use Facebook a lot, then it's nostalgic. It becomes really the timeline of your life. It's, you know, you can go back and see what was going on in my life at a certain time. Some people might think that's unsettling. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I like it. I also have nothing really to hide about my life, as most people who know me know. I pretty much put it all out there and let you see who I am and what I'm doing and why I do it. Mostly I do it because it's fun, plain and simple. I do it because it's fun. See, I featured this post. I had programmed Social Oomph to automatically post at exactly midnight on my birthday, 41 years young. And then a bunch of people commented on that. So that's fun. You know, but again, scrolling down, I can see here's where I was on Friday night. I was at Starbucks. What do you know? And that, my friends, is pretty much what I can share with you for now about Facebook Timeline. Of course, if you have any questions at all, then join my social network help group here and post them. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. All you have to do is request to join, because I've set it that way. So you have to request to join. I will accept your request, I promise. Or, of course, you can post your comments right on the video on YouTube or on my blog, wherever you're seeing this. But one way or the other. Post your comments, your questions. Let me know. Let me know if you like it, if you don't like it. If you don't like it, why don't you like it? If you like it, why do you like it? Talk to me. Let me know what's going on in your world. Let me know who you are. Let me know that you're out there watching my videos and reading my posts so I don't get lonely. Because I get lonely sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. But as always, I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. And I look forward to seeing you on the web. This has been a special presentation brought to you by Nerd Enterprises Incorporated on Facebook Timeline, How It Works. Knowledge is power. Make an impact by learning more. Call me right now at 866-945-8070 for information about private trainings. We record the live session with you so you can review it as often as you like afterwards.